Days of Our Lives, June 30th to July 4th, 2025. EJ fights for Johnny, Salem teens stir up summer drama, and Stephanie's novel takes center stage as summer deepens in Salem, emotions heat up and secrets boil over. Days of Our Lives is delivering another unforgettable week, packed with heartache, loyalty, romance, and the kind of unexpected twists that keep longtime fans glued to their screens. From July 30th to July 4th, 2025, Salem's most beloved, and controversial characters are making big moves, and no family will be left untouched. Whether you've been following for years or you're just coming back to check in on your favorite characters, this week's Days promises to pull at your heartstrings and stir up some serious drama. Let's take a look at what's coming next in this jam-packed week. Johnny in the crosshairs, a father's love in the face of doubt. The week kicks off with one of Salem's most heart-wrenching storylines. Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, remains under suspicion for the shooting of his father, E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel. Despite damning video footage of Johnny holding a gun and confronting E.J. during a heated argument, his father is surprisingly not rushing to judgment. In fact, E.J. is taking a stand no one expected. He's defending his son. Even with Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, and Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, expressing serious concern over what the video appears to show, E.J. insists that Johnny is innocent. It's not just about what the video captured, it's about what it didn't. E.J. tells them, and anyone who will listen, that he knows his son's heart, and despite their troubled past, he's going to fight to protect him. It's a moment of rare paternal vulnerability from E.J., who has often placed power above love. But this week, the audience gets a reminder, even in the DiMera family, blood runs deep. By the end of the week, even as the court of public opinion begins to turn against Johnny, E.J. continues to dig for answers. Could this be the beginning of redemption, for both father and son? Teen drama in the summer heat, Ari, Doug 3, and Holly's love triangle. While the adults of Salem grapple with life-altering accusations and emotional fallout, the town's younger residents are stirring up some summertime mischief, and possibly heartbreak. On Tuesday, Ariana Horton, now growing into her own confident and curious young woman, takes center stage as she confronts Doug Williams III. Ever since Ari met Doug at her birthday party, she's been smitten. But things aren't adding up. This week, Ari has questions, and she wants answers. What has Doug been hiding? Could it be the threatening photos he anonymously sent? Or is there something even more personal, like secret feelings for Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzimis? Ari's friend, and the apple of Doug's eye? Things get even messier when, on Thursday, Holly is scheduled to reconcile with Tate Black, Leo Howard, her former flame. If Doug learns that Holly is getting back with her ex, it could send him into a tailspin. Will Ari discover Doug's true motives before things get worse? Teen love triangles have long been a Days tradition, and this one looks ready to explode just in time for Independence Day. Romance and manuscripts. Stephanie's novel gets a boost. Not all the drama in Salem is dangerous, some of it is downright inspirational. Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, has spent months working on her manuscript, One Stormy Night, a passion project filled with heart, loss, and romantic redemption. The manuscript, which briefly disappeared when Kate Roberts, Lauren Koslow, lost it at the hospital, has made its rounds through Salem, enchanting nearly everyone who's read it. Now, Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, Stephanie's devoted boyfriend, is stepping in with a bold idea. Late in the week, Alex pitches a plan to help Stephanie get her book published. Could this be the break Stephanie needs? She's already faced career challenges and heartbreak. This could finally be her moment in the spotlight. But will the pressures of a public book launch bring them closer, or pull them apart? Light-hearted love, Leo's big surprise from Javi. In the midst of chaos, romance still blooms. And few couples are more fun to watch these days than Javi, Al Calderon, and Leo Stark, Greg Ricart. Midweek, fans can expect a big surprise from Javi, one that could change everything for the pair. Whether it's a romantic gesture, a quirky gift, or a public declaration, we can be sure it will be done in true Leo style, fabulous, dramatic, and unforgettable. With Leo's recent casting buzz, he's rumored to be crossing over to another daytime soap soon. Fans are wondering. Is this the start of something bigger, or the beginning of a new chapter? Either way, it's a welcome bit of joy amid the heavy storylines unraveling elsewhere in Salem. Final thoughts: love, loyalty, and secrets in the summer sun. From fathers defending sons to teen heartbreak, this week on Days of Our Lives has something for everyone. And for long-time viewers, it's a reminder of what has always made the show great. Emotional storytelling that blends family, romance, secrets, and suspense with just the right amount of Salem flair. EJ's commitment to protecting Johnny, despite their complicated history, offers a powerful message about redemption and the strength of family bonds. Meanwhile, Salem's teens remind us that even in youth, heartbreak and betrayal are never far away. And in the background, romance quietly flourishes, from Stephanie's publishing dreams to Leo and Javi's growing connection. Next, Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, June 27, 2025, arrests, worries, and family ties put to the test in Salem as Days of Our Lives moves into the final episode of the week. Emotions are running high, and tension is thick in the air. Friday, June 27, promises to be a powerful episode filled with dramatic turns and heart-wrenching decisions, especially for one of Salem's most complex families, the DeMaras. With the week's storylines building toward a breaking point, Friday's episode will showcase a father's anguish, a son's desperate plea, and a town trying to make sense of a shooting that no one saw coming, and may not be what it seems. Let's take a closer look at what's ahead in Salem on Friday. A father's fear, E.J. DeMara faces the unthinkable. The heart of Friday's drama centers on E.J. DeMara, Dan Feuerriegel, who is living every parent's nightmare. His son, Johnny DeMara, Carson Boatman, has been arrested for a crime E.J. isn't even sure he committed. Just days ago, viewers watched Johnny confess to Roman Brady and Marlena Evans that he had, in a moment of emotional turmoil, considered shooting his father. He even held the gun in his hands. But in the end, he said, he couldn't go through with it. He walked away. That moment of confession was one of raw honesty, Johnny admitting his darkest thought, hoping that by doing so, he could clear his conscience. But Salem is a town where good intentions often go awry. And this one is no exception. Arrested in broad daylight, Jada makes her move in a stunning and public display. Detective Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, makes the arrest that shocks everyone. Johnny is handcuffed in the middle of the town square. It's a scene that stuns not only Salem's residents but also Days viewers who have watched Johnny try to turn over a new leaf in recent months. The question on everyone's lips, is he really guilty? Jada seems to think there's enough evidence to bring him in, but her timing, just as father and son were trying to rebuild their fragile relationship, couldn't be worse. Even E.J., the victim in the shooting, looks shaken by the arrest. This is not the outcome he wanted. The pain etched into his face as he watches his son taken away is more than guilt, it's fear. And more importantly, it's the dawning realization that Salem's justice system may be turning against his son. Can E.J. save Johnny? As the legal wheels begin to turn, viewers are left wondering what E.J. can do to protect Johnny. He was, after all, the one who was shot. If anyone has the power to stop this from becoming a criminal case, it might be E.J. himself. Could he refuse to press charges? Could he testify on Johnny's behalf and explain that there's more to the story than meets the eye? Unfortunately, the situation isn't that simple. Because Johnny's confession, no matter how honest, was enough to raise suspicion. And the physical evidence, while unclear, adds fuel to the fire. There's also the added complication of someone else possibly being involved in the shooting. The mystery of who really pulled the trigger has not been solved. Not yet. This means that even if EJ tries to step in, he might be powerless to stop the process. And Johnny may be looking at more than just a night in jail. Who really shot EJ? One of the most compelling questions circling the story is this. If Johnny didn't pull the trigger, who did? Several characters have come under quiet suspicion. Could it be Rachel Black, the emotionally fragile daughter of Kristen and Brady, who's been struggling with nightmares and guilt? Could it be someone entirely off the radar, someone with a score to settle? Marlena and Roman have voiced their doubts about Johnny's guilt, which suggests they may have picked up on something others have missed. Could they be the key to unlocking the truth? Friday's episode may not give us all the answers, but it certainly brings us one step closer to the heart of the mystery. Two brothers, one deal while the DeMaras are reeling, another storyline quietly unfolds in the background involving two brothers making a deal, a moment that may not seem huge at first glance, but could have long-term consequences. Whether it's about business, family loyalty, or hidden agendas, Salem's history has shown us that even the smallest handshake can ripple through generations. Could this be about a truce? A shared secret? Or something more dangerous? Keep your eyes on the subtle moments in Friday's episode. Sometimes the quietest scenes hold the most explosive truths.